Listos?
What's up, y'all? What you gotta say? Who's on the mic? We got Chingo today.
It's your boy Chingo Bling, and you know I act a fool. Today my little baby first day of the school. She going looking fly. You know she in there stunting. We doing all the math and the letters cause it's busting. She a school ride child. She a school ride child. I'ma scoop her up.
Car rider.
Pull her to the front. Cafecito in my cup. Hold up.
Hey, all right, guys.
Well,
Good
man.
morning. Good morning.
Oh, this is for YouTube, man. I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping. Sorry, y'all. I lose track of how we're doing all this. There's like 10,000 devices and gadgets and microphones, but we got it. This is the back to school edition. The checklist of make sure all the microphones. I thought this was the only microphone. My bad, y'all. We literally have like 5, 6 iPads, 10 cell phones because we going across all platforms. And I leave tomorrow morning. Like today is my last day to make sure everything's packed, ready. Ready to go, Ontario, California tomorrow. After that, Carlsbad. No, I'm not ready yet.
Oh, you need a pack.
Yeah. It's hectic. And this morning was like, her backpack, the school supplies.
Well,
breakfast.
that was my fault because I thought I hit snooze, but I hit stop. So I got up at 6:45 instead of 5:50.
First day of school, 5:50?
That's what time I had set it for.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So that I could get myself ready. Now to go to the first day of school and all the teachers see that her mom looked like
fine.
This.
Still look fine.
Like,
come on,
man, did
and
you
guess
just
what?
roll out of bed?
And guess what? My baby yoga pants ain't got no forever chemicals because we can't have no forever chemicals in that region. Even though, however, I think these shorts right here do come with that little lining, and it might be forever chemicals because y'all know they plotting on us. But hey, first day of school edition, Cafecito Time. Welcome. Inhale the good stuff. Exhale the bull stuff. Oh,
Even
man.
Juan did it. Thank you, Juan. I saw you inhale. Now you got to exhale.
So, how was she today? How do you feel with the first day drop off?
Man.
Penny started kindergarten today.
I think she was very excited. I think it was mom who was more nervous. You know,
mom was the one about to cry.
Helicopter mom. I had to go in there and see.
I have to walk her to her class.
So I got to see who, what, where.
Looking all fine.
I was like, let me find out. Y'all don't be having no kind of organization around here.
Here's a reminder, y'all. My wife was Future Teachers of America when she was in high school. So,
oh my God,
my kindergartner pretty much damn near could read already. And that's why my wife went up in there like, who do y'all's admin? Like, do I need to come volunteer up in here?
Do I need to come?
Who y'all register?
Look at my cute cup, y'all. Available on herappareltx.com.
Herappareltx.com. My website is still down. Chingobling.com. I believe it is still down.
Oh my God. That's awful. This is a smaller school, so that is what I like. There wasn't like a bunch of kids to where it was overwhelming. They basically let the upper kids go to, I guess, the breakfast area first, and then they let the little ones. I think only kindergarten is allowed to go in the cafeteria. It looked like pre-K. They took them to another section, maybe just because they're too little. There were so many of them crying.
Were you a crier when you were a little kid? Were you a crier, or were you like Penny, like ready to?
No, I was ready to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, ain't no problem. And I didn't speak English either when I started school, so.
And you didn't even speak no English.
I didn't even speak no English, so I'm just saying.
She couldn't even say, "Where's the restroom?"
I didn't know anything, so it was sign language.
What I saying? Yes. But thankfully, Penny is not like.
Oh, I thought you were saying, thankfully you learned English.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Oh my God.
My baby's trilingual. I don't really remember my first day of school. I just remember like a couple pictures of todo paisa with like a button down, tucked in, like la mochilita, the little cut. I invented the Edgar cut.
You had a mushroom?
Oh yeah, it was like real thick. It was like real thick, and it's gone now. But it was like real thick, and a little comb over to the side. I invented that too. And yeah, I'll say,
No, I went
you
to
know,
school
turn
down
heads,
the
fly.
hey. I went
Mhm.
to school down the street from here. Literally, y'all. I went to school around the corner from our
Don't
current home.
don't say the name of the
I'm
school.
not, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Because
then they're
Juan Perez already gave people a little bit of coordinates
gonna
plus the coordinates you finna give them.
no. I remember it like it was yesterday. What I remembered most was centers. Do you remember doing centers? That's what it was
Like
called.
a table with other kids type of thing.
No,
or-
centers is when you went to like you rotated centers. So one was like a little kitchen. This was pre-K, and then you went to the next thing, and it was like playing with blocks, and then and then you wore this little tag. Yo, like those are vivid memories for
Damn,
me.
you
I
got a
know.
good memory.
Yeah, I do. Those are pre-K and kindergarten. I remember vividly. First, I remember all of elementary.
Did you ever ride the school bus?
Of course.
Okay. You know, I got kicked off the school
My
bus.
parents had to go to work.
I got suspended off the school bus, bro. Actually, 2 times. So one time
Golly.
I was framed. Hey,
I am
No,
so
I
worried
was-
about my child now.
I was framed, and they tried.
I was framed.
They tried to throw me under the bus, literally. So, no, what happened is somebody was cutting the seatbelts, like somebody was tampering and damaging the seatbelts on the school bus, right? And for whatever reason, this school bus driver decided to make me the fall guy. And he was just like, "Yeah, you suspended. You the one been cutting the seatbelts." And I'm like, "What?" So
Where'd
next
you
thing,
bring scissors from?
exactly, like I didn't. It wasn't even
You
me.
just carry scissors in your.
It wasn't even me. And so my sister, big sister, man, she the one who spoke English in the house. She's the one, she's 13 years older than me. So she's the one that had to go up there and like, hey, y'all have like no evidence, y'all making stuff up. Why y'all trying to make him the example? And I think the reason was like, well, we kind of had to put it on somebody just to see if like
What?
just to see if like the real person was gonna like something stupid. It was like, why out of all the kids you gonna pick me, bro? And that's how I feel in this industry, man. I done been blackballed. You got everybody, you know what I'm saying, trying to steal.
Dang,
Man, hey
turn
man,
it
look here, man.
off.
Chingo's been red
Hey, man.
fucking elementary.
Look here, look here, man. People stealing my whole persona in broad day, and we supposed to act like we ain't looking at it.
I have
And
a question though, like,
I was gonna tell you the second time I got banned off the bus, but go ahead.
what bus has seatbelts?
Back in the days, they did. They don't have them anymore.
You got them San Antonio buses. You
No.
No,
Now
only-
they don't have
the only
seatbelts.
kids- The only buses that had the seatbelts was like the special needs bus. That's what I was like. No, for real.
I was born in
That's why I was
79,
like, hey,
Kinfo.
what bus were you on?
Look, man, there's a TV show called The Wonder
You
Years,
on the short bus?
and I'm from that era.
No, there was seatbelts when I was growing up too.
Let-
I don't think they have them
And look,
I
anymore.
didn't care about my generation at
Yeah.
all.
The second time I got banned off the school bus, it was my fault because I snitched on myself. So basically, some kids had this is already like in middle school or something. So some kids had brought like water balloons on the bus, right? So they're just like sneakily every so often throwing one out the window, or like a couple spilled or broke. And
Boy, the kids you went to school with were geniuses. Where'd they stick water balloons?
maybe they had people in prison and they knew how to smuggle stuff. But hey, look, so now the school bus driver is pissed off because he's like, y'all back here messing with these damn water balloons. So at some point, I can't remember where he parked. It must have been like at school or something. He pretty much pulled up, parked, and started walking down the aisle. And he was like, you. And then he was about to get to me. And I thought he saw me with one. So I was like, I had water balloons, but I didn't throw them. He's like, oh, okay. Well, you too. So I told on myself like a dummy. That's how I knew. After that, it was no talking about lip socket. What is it? Put it in my pocket.
What is your sister says it all the time? Zip it, lock it, put it in your
my pocket.
Yeah,
I had to zip it, lock it, and put it in my pocket after that. So that was my dumb ass. So I ended up getting suspended off that bus service. But when I was real little, I was somehow had there was this bus service in the southeast, Miss Caballero. You would see her name on the side of her buses. So this must have been like a privately owned third party type of thing. It wasn't like a part of the school. And she would pull up to your house. Like she'd go, you know what I'm saying? She was scooping kids up. And then she'd park the bus at her house, bro.
Really?
Ain't that some shit? Shout out Miss Caballero. If anybody from the southeast, I know y'all know.
So, how do you
How do you get a contract with a school to pick up kids?
but have your own bus?
The
That's
lady, that
interesting.
was her business. She
Damn, that's
Miss
what's
Caballero,
up.
Miss Caballero school buses.
She needs to give us some
She's freelance
for
and
real,
shit.
for real.
That's back when they trusted people with kids. So
Do you have a
Facts.
worst day of school?
I do. I'm gonna tell you about this funny story. Okay, so y'all, when I tell you I've always liked fashion, I have always liked fashion. Okay, and do you remember Montgomery Ward?
Yep.
No, wait, it was at Sears, not
Mervyn's.
Montgomery. Mervyn's too. So there was this outfit on the mannequin, and you know how I love loud colors. It
Mhm.
was this turquoise.
What grade was that, boo?
It's probably like second or third grade.
Damn, you was already swagged out.
Okay. So it was this turquoise shirt
Mhm.
with this, it was like neon, like that neon blue, neon pink pants. And then it had like all this like water fish stuff on here. It was dope. You know me and my bright colors. So we're talking about 80s, late 80s. So that was the jam.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I wore it to school and everybody was like, "Oh shit, your outfit's dope." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you."
And this is like second grade?
Second, third grade.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, whatever. So then it was time to like maybe get new clothes again or something. And we go, and then that same outfit that I had bought was on sale. And it said,
What is that, boo?
pajamas on sale. So
So
I
you-
wore pajamas to school and I had no idea. I thought I was looking fly.
But
she started that trend.
But that's not a bad day. That's a cool story. It's not a bad day because you got away with setting trends and everybody thought you were fly.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, this whole time I've been wearing a pajama outfit to school. And here I thought it was like the coolest outfit. And I was like so embarrassed. And it went into the pajama drawer, obviously.
Man, I remember one time my mom made me a lunch and had a sandwich in there. And I think like a strawberry milk or something. Somehow, some way, the thermos wasn't closed. I get to lunchtime. I have a soggy pink strawberry sandwich. And I'm like, I can't eat that. So basically, man, they had to bring me a whole other lunch or I had to get lunch from there or something like that.
And that was your worst day.
That was one of them. That was one of them.
Oh my God. I didn't have that many. Jeez. I don't know what kind of elementary memories you have, but mine were great. I literally, okay. So, I'm kind of iffy about the school Penny's currently at. I'm not 100% set on it. That's not where my heart wanted her to go. But unfortunately, we're still on the waiting list for where she is supposed to go.
I thought she was going to say, unfortunately, we ain't got enough patrons. Patreon.com /
I do need some more patrons so my baby can go to the school I really want her to.
They're like, well, y'all need better content. How about that?
So anyway, what I did notice was that the teachers, I literally just had this conversation with Marissa last night. I said, I loved that there was these little kindergartners who were her last year students were coming in to say hello to her and we're giving her a hug because they're moving on to first grade. But they were so excited to see her and come say hi to her. It made me feel so good. I'm like, oh, there's still that teacher out there that does that for those kids.
I could tell she's a good teacher. Like she really
really still cares. Like I was like, oh, there's still those teachers out there who still give you that. I can't wait. I'm so sad to leave her. For me, it was my first grade teacher and my third grade teacher that were my best teachers. For you?
Let me see. Out of all the grades?
I don't know about all the grades, but I'm just saying, at least for elementary school, my first and my third grade teacher.
Oh, elementary. Wait, so just elementary?
Just top three, no anything.
Oh, so I can name like a high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So there was this high school art teacher, Mr. Trelease. It was art class. So like he really like schooled me about all different types of art. And I remember one thing he told me, because I used to always be like, hey man, I like spending time in this art building, working on like this video editing, whatever the project is. And I was like, how can I do art for a living? He's just like, ooh. And I'm like, well, shit, why y'all teaching us this if I can't pursue it, if I like it? And he's just like, he's like, you can draw pretty good. Maybe you could maybe draw like medical diagrams for
oh my God, that
textbooks.
sounds boring.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, Man,
Who wants to do
I'm like, I want to talk.
that?
I want to talk mess for a living, bro. I want to do something fly. I want to do art, and because I used to spend like a lot of time in that building. Whether it was like, oh, we're working on a sculpture right now, or it was like my little getaway from whatever the hell else was going on. And then one thing he told me or told us that really was like, oh, you got to use artistic license. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And he basically says, like, when you're an artist, you have permission. You got to give yourself permission to like take chances, take risks, and justify whatever whatever choice you made on that particular thing. And I was just like, wait, so you're telling me that I have like, if I'm an artist, I have the freedom to like really color outside the lines, basically. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, why the hell nobody told me this my entire life? That it's okay to color outside the lines or like do it your way.
Mm.
And after that, I was like, oh shit. It was like a pew. But yeah, we had some cool let me see. One time my sister Pat had to go pick me up because I had to take some like magnet school tests for middle school, but she picked me up like in 5th grade. And my teacher at the time, Mr. Prince, young black dude, my sister comes and pick me up. He's like, whose sister is that? And I'm like, damn, bro, come on, man. I'm getting picked up, bro. Like, damn, it's my family, bro. What you doing? Like, he was just like, as she's like, okay, well, I'm here for Pete. And she like steps out. He's like, I'm in love. And I'm like, bro, so what's up? Do I get bonus points?
An easy A here.
And I remember I was a little shit talker my entire life. So like one time they were passing out the lunch cards, right? Mr. Prince was passing out the
lunch cards.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
about that.
So he's calling out like the free lunch and the reduced lunch or whatever. And I mumble under my breath, like I'm in the back of class, and I'm like, I said something like, oh, time to get our welfare or something like that. Like something like, oh, let's get in line for our food stamps. Something like that, like a little funny joke, like as to our lunch card. And he was like, who back there trying to be cute? Somebody trying to be cute. And that's how I knew, man, if I can make a profession out of talking shit, I'm gonna be all right.
Well, I didn't do any of that fun stuff, but I definitely, my first grade teacher, I kind of just liked her because she was super creative, because we did green eggs and ham, and we actually did green eggs. And then that was the first time, y'all. I know this sounds really weird, but I grew up super duper traditional, like Mexican. So grilled cheese was not a part of my quesadillas is one thing, but a grilled cheese was not a part of my.
You were like, can we do green chilaquiles?
Yeah, I was like,
ham.
So we did a thing where it showed you. It was, I think we were learning about heat or so. I don't know what it was, to be honest with you, but I remember we made grilled cheese, but we did like a bandana over the bread, over the actual sandwich, and then we used an iron to like iron the sandwich so that it would melt. And so then I tried to go home and do the same thing. And my mom's like, what are you doing? And I told her about the class. And then she's like, that's not, because I've been ironing my clothes. So, you know what I'm saying? I was in first grade. I knew my mom, I already knew how to use an iron. So, excuse me.
She like, I took myself to pre-K.
Yeah, basically. So then my mom's like, let me just show you how you can do this in the kitchen. And so then she's like, and then I'm like asking her, like, if you knew about this, why didn't you ever make it for us? It's like the best thing ever. It was like so good.
Mamá, usted ya sabía de grilled cheese, pero nunca nos hizo
I know,
grilled cheese.
she never made that. But that was that. And then my third grade teacher, my best thing about her was she always had the best books for us to read.
Best books?
Yes.
Such as?
West Side School is Falling Down. We read Matilda. That was the first time I was like, oh my God, if this was a movie, it would be so great. And then when they made it in a movie, I was super grown and I was really embarrassed, but I couldn't wait to go watch it. And I seriously went to go watch it because I just couldn't. I was so excited about that movie.
Back when movie theaters were a thing.
Yeah, but it was like the book, because I remember reading the book and thinking like, oh my God, if only this was a movie, I can see it all. Like I could picture like the way it would, and seriously, the exact, like the way that they did that movie, not the new Matilda, because they did a new one. I think it's a musical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the first Matilda movie that they made. I remember when the characters, like, what is his name? Danny DeVito? Was that his name?
Mm-hmm. Danny DeVito.
when they did that, I was like, oh my god, they did it exactly like the book, like the way they described the dad, the mom, like what they did was exactly like how the book. They chose the right characters, in my opinion. But
Mhm.
I was so into reading. I wish that habit would come back for me. I don't have time for it, I guess, or I don't really know what my excuse is. But I used to love to read, and so these books were amazing to me. So that was my best thing about her.
Yeah. So
And that was
first,
Miss Mitchell, first grade, Miss Arnold. And then I had my favorite music teacher was Miss Hogue.
and then
What was that?
Third grade too.
What was it? Third?
First grade and third grade were my favorite.
Third?
that was probably like high school. The first teacher I mentioned was high school. And then I'm trying to remember if there was any like impactful, what you call it, teachers, like, yeah, or even middle school, anything that, I mean, there were some characters like, yo, what's up with this math teacher? What's up with him? You know what I mean?
I had good middle school teachers too. I think I told my art teacher brought me back to my middle school to speak at a little event that they had. He was the best art teacher too. He
Did
was
your mom
pretty dope.
shop for schools or what? Like, did she know? Like, oh, man, this gonna be a good school.
No, but
No,
Just got
bro.
lucky? That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
think I just grew up in an era where teachers were a little. I'm not saying teachers nowadays don't care, but I think it's harder for teachers to care because they're so overworked. I think, so I think it's harder for them to like, legit like.
shout out to the teachers. And let us know in the comments how, if you got kids that started today or went back to school today, let us know if everything went smooth, any debacles. My oldest child started 10th grade. So that was a whole thing where I'm like, oh my God, 10th grade. I
Did
was
you
like,
cry in the shower?
I was like, yes, she almost done.
Elementary is when the kid cries, and high school is when the adults
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah. Well, I had to start all over, so that's how I feel. That's how I feel as a
dang.
That's how I feel as a parent.
Wow. My poor kids.
hey,
I hope y'all never see this.
And we still got one more. She's finna go to like mommy's day out. What do you call that? Mommy's day out? It's not preschool.
It's kind of considered, I guess, it would fall under the
Toddler?
Montessori school.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's kinda what it
anyway,
would
the
fall
little
under.
one, we finna get her up out of here. You on your own.
I started her younger. It's weird how parents do things with the first and the second one. But I think our little one is not stimulated enough at home. And I think Penny did a good job of kind of she could entertain
Like being around other little babies. And
she
stuff.
could entertain herself. She was really good about she was super curious. So is Sunny, but I think she's a little bit more like she needs a little bit more of a challenge. And she needs to learn to share. She's not very good at sharing, which that's a lot of her actions are like only child actions or mannerisms.
Oh, because she's the baby.
But yeah, probably because she's the baby. So this is going to be a reality check.
So
for
how
her.
how tired did you feel this morning?
I actually wasn't.
Good.
Because
Okay.
we went to bed early, even though you didn't think so.
Really? What time was it?
It was about to be 11.
Oh,
and that's early
nice.
for us. You know that.
Nice.
So
okay.
we went to bed.
Yeah. Got to stock up on the ZMAs, the
We
magnesium.
ran out. Yeah. For
Got
sure.
to stock up on the magnesium. Especially, look, I'm about to hit.
What's up?
No, I'm just like, that's how he goes to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, bro? I just need to take all the medication.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
No, not medication.
No,
It's
but
just
like,
supplement.
yeah,
It's a supplement. So, because look, you know how much traveling I'm about to have to do. How much I'm gonna be.
Well, when you
I'ma
go get
be
a
like-
bottle, can you bring me one?
Sure. Patreon.com/Red Pill Thermometer. But yeah, that's how I feel today as a parent. Is like, yo, I have to hurry up and prep. I want to make it to jiu-jitsu after this, but I know that we got merch to fold and tag, and I want to make sure we pull up to all these shows with some nice merch that, sometimes people they need to see it. They need to be there. It's not necessarily like an online type of thing. It's like what you bring in for us. But hey, looking forward to that. So y'all be ready. What does that say right there? You want to look at that?
Well,
What's something you actively do to make sure your children don't have the same bad experiences?
I choose good schools.
That's one thing I will say about y'all. Like, y'all are like school shopping, and I'm like, damn.
Well, that's mighty soul, man. Don't put that on the chin. Put that on the soul.
Well, because I feel I'm not saying middle school's not important, and I'm not saying high school's not important, but I think your core years are your elementary years, and that's another reason why that teacher me convenció. You know what I'm saying? Was because she was talking about like,
The
the
foundation.
foundation is kindergarten. The foundation is like those first early years, and I totally agree with that. I feel like that's where you're either going to learn to like school or you're going to go through school hating it. And so I try my best to make learning fun for Penny. And, I'll do the same for Jimena as well. But, like having fun stuff for them to do, like crafting, and they're not realizing that they're doing, learning things, you know what I'm saying? And,
I got a question for you.
yeah.
The other day, my 10th grader, we wanted to give her some advice. Like, all right, we've all done 10th grade. Like, what advice would you give like a high schooler going into 10th grade?
Well, I guess it would depend on what you want to do with life, right? But I would definitely start if there was something. Mm, well, I kind of had to figure out life on my own because my parents were at work, so it was a little bit different. But I would definitely probably start to think about what I'd like to do, and then so that you're not kind of switching majors when you're in college, and then you're starting over because you decided to change your degree, and so then your major, and then you're starting over again. So I would kind of say probably like get involved in school. I have fun memories of high school. Like that was probably my funnest, also my fun years, but I was involved. I was on the soccer team, I was on the drill team. That's where I met my best friends.
Future Teachers of America.
I was on Future Teachers of America.
I just like saying it. Future
and that's where I have my best friends. I'm still friends with them till this day. We're in our 40s and we're still friends. But now we don't talk all the time, but when we do, it's like, there was nothing missed there. I have great college memories.
That's good advice too, because I realized that before I got involved in like football and stuff, it was kind of like just go to class, go to the next class,
going through the motions.
Yeah, but like whenever you were actively involved, I felt like there was a little bit more freedom. Like I don't really have to be there, or I could say that somewhere else.
That's if you can make the football team. So that's for those
but there's
people.
other things too, like when you were doing other stuff. Oh shit.
Yeah. The advice he's gonna read those super chats. I think that's what they are. The advice I gave my 10th grader was like focus, like really turn up on your grades, because there's gonna be time for fun and games and all that later, but you got to really make sure. And the reason I know that,
well, our baby is super smart. I mean, she's in AP classes.
Yeah, no, but it's also a time where you might be overly concerned with being liked, popular, popular, fashion. You know what I'm saying? There could be some distractions.
Is it not clicking?
It just says, "How's it going?" From
can you click it, bro? You don't do nothing.
And then Francis Lira they just sent some memes like Cafecito Time. What's up?
Okay.
That's interesting.
So there's no question or comment. All right. Cool. Thank you guys from the YouTube side sending whatever that is. We appreciate it.
That's new.
I don't know what that is. It's like a little gift thing. All these platforms do that now. But the reason I gave my 10th grader that advice is because when I went to that prep school, when I got shipped and dropped off at that prep school, like I hated it in the beginning. I'm like culture shock. It's like all these different types of people, and I was just used to Southeast Harris County, HISD, and so I think y'all have heard this story, but I got in trouble because in our math class they gave us a take-home quiz, and my buddy Nemo, who's actually from Edgerton over there, Martha's Vineyard, where Obama lives, but he was like one of the poor kids. Like he wasn't one of the rich people from that little island. So anyway, me and that dude Nemo, we used to work on our math together, like homework. We would always do the math homework together. We're in the same dorm. And so this little take-home quiz, we're like, all right, well, technically we're not supposed to be working on this together because it's all honor code at that school. And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm wrapping up with this, but this is a cool story. So we're like, okay, well, what's the harm? It's just a take-home assignment, right? So we worked on it together. Weren't supposed to. So then what happens is everybody failed that take-home quiz except for Nemo and I. So that was like a red flag to this punk ass teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody failed except for Nemo and I. So what happens? We're taking like a final exam. We're like in the cafeteria. Nemo's way over there at some table. I'm over here. By the time the teacher comes to me, he's like, why did you and Nemo cheat? And I'm like, huh? Nemo's way over there. I'm over here on my paper. You know what I mean? He's like, why did you and Nemo cheat on the take-home quiz? I'm like, take-home quiz? I was like, fuck. I treated that like a homework assignment. Long story short, he had already snitched. So that's why by the time he came to me, by the time the teacher came to me,
why would he snitch?
He somehow was like, oh, I don't know. I thought we could. Like, I don't know what he said, but it was already pretty obvious, bro. We were the only ones. We were the only ones that passed. So what happens next? Everybody that failed, he didn't count that against them. He dismissed this quiz because it was that difficult. However, he factored in a 0 to Nemo and myself, and then I was on in-school suspension. So now I'm already stuck in the dorm. I already live in campus. So now I have less time and less freedom to go do like those little hours of time where you can actually go do whatever. Like you got to take your ass in your dorm, in your room. So, but guess what? My grades and my potential and all that shit just went because I started putting in a little bit more effort into my shit, because I went out there trying to be cool, talking shit on the quad, roasting people as they walking by. Look at this. You know, I was out there with like my Puerto Rican friends, my black friend, like all the minorities. There was these 2 dorms, right, called Potter. It was Potter North, Potter South, and that was the exit to off campus to go get pizza and Chinese food. But because me and all my friends lived in Potter North, Potter South, and you had to walk through there, and we were always out there like it was the projects and shit, talking shit. Like motherfuckers thought they were still out there in Brooklyn because all the minority kids were like scholarship kids. So they used to call it the Potter Projects, bro. Them kids, hey, bro, them prep school kids, when they had to walk through there to like go get Chinese food or go to the arcade in Heightstown, New Jersey, right there. They had to walk through there, and we found out later they called us the Potter Project. So we start throwing up our P's, kinfolk. We start throwing up our P's, kinfolk.
That's hilarious. I hadn't heard that.
I'm saying Potter Projects, what it do?
Potter Project.
Out here, you got to walk through us. Y'all know how it is.
At a rich school. At a rich school.
At a super rich school.
Oh my God. Oh, you looked at the tuition the other day and it was like ridiculous, right?
Bro, y'all might want to Google that. The Petty School in New Jersey. How much is tuition now? It might be like $60,000 a year ahead. And some high school, right? High school. Some of these families had 2-3 kids in that thing.
Well, that's like Marissa has 2 of her kids in private schools.
Yeah.
And then I was telling him, I was like, bro, when Penny goes next year to the little private school, plus this little one's finna go to this, I was like, I'm finna start hollering for $1 because our tuition is finna be real high. I'm like, I don't know what we finna do, but I'm
finna be your number 1 customer. Super chat. You could
Why is it not working?
I'll tell you. It's not StreamYard.
StreamYard,
you can have words across the bottom.
Got it. Okay.
This one's from Francisco Lera. Best first day was junior year, windy day, the double doors to the common area where everyone sits below open right when I was walking and took.
Who's your reading teacher, Juan?
Well, I'm sorry. There's all these things.
It was not Miss
hard to read from sideways, Chingo.
It's San Antonio ISD.
Slow, like man, and
sound it out.
Like me and no, God, man. Bro, I need to get a chair set up on the computer. I can't even.
I know.
There's the stool right there.
I know, but there's tripods.
What does it say? Go read it, babe.
Like looking on the sides.
Listen, y'all. We're gonna show y'all what it looks like in the rest of the room.
One day.
There's so many because we're trying to really reach as many people as we can, and it's a lot of tripods. But I'm gonna get up and go read this thing.
Okay, go read it.
And maybe you can translate. All right, Francisco Lira. Best first day was my junior year. Windy day. The double doors to the common area where everyone sits below open right when I was walking in. Wait, where everyone sits.
Okay, now you see my problem.
All right. Yeah, it's the writing.
Okay.
Here we go. Hey man, what's up with your grammar and your punctuation? Windy day. It's like a poem. Windy day, double doors, common area where everyone sits. Blew open right when I was walking in. Took shades off slow like me and God planned it.
Ay,
So he made.
I pictured that. I pictured that.
So he made an
Like a
entrance.
grand entrance. Okay.
I get it now. Now I get
Francisco,
it.
that's his name?
Francisco Lira. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the love.
That's a fun.
That's a fun name.
Francisco. If you don't know what that's from.
Francisco. All right, bet. All right, y'all. I know all the parents got to go take a nap.
You could tell the Patreons that we're gonna upload the video early for Friday's episode. It's gonna be uploaded today.
Thursday's episode.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, y'all. So all the Red Pill, all the RPT patrons, Thursday's episode is gonna go up early today. That's for you. That's private for the patrons. And then Friday's episode is gonna be a live stream for the captains. So the captains, we're gonna I'll coordinate with Juan Locksmith to see like after which show I'm gonna have time to go live with you guys.
And so yours, the free episode will be up today, and the other one will have it ready to go, so you can upload that one.
All right. So y'all heard it first. So if you're wondering, my patrons, where your episode is, or anyone who listens, oh, this is the free episode. I'm sorry.
Her Lounge podcast.
Her Lounge
goes up today.
podcast will be up in just here shortly. And then don't worry about your bonus episode. It'll be up probably. You're going to have to do that before you leave. Can you schedule that? Because you leave tomorrow. Yeah, you'll have to schedule it. So thank you guys so much for being a part
They're
of.
like, it sounds like they're understaffed over there.
Thank you so much for being a part of our Cafecito Time every morning. We appreciate it.
Like, it sounds like y'all got Juan doing way too much stuff.
Mhm.
It sounds like Juan doing a whole lot of stuff over there. But yeah, we appreciate it, y'all. Good morning. Have a great day.
And please tell a friend, let them know about our Monday, Wednesday, Friday Cafecito Time. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget, you can get your very own Cafecito on chingobling.com as soon as it starts to work.
My website is down, y'all. My website is
and,
down. You can go to
we're-
Chingo the Merch, and there's some cool items up there right now. ChingoTheMerch.com, and more items coming.
Where are you going to?
I'm headed to Ontario, California. I'll be at the Ontario Improv tomorrow.
Sold out pretty much. Like there's tickets, right?
There's some tickets.
There's a few tickets, yeah.
And then after that, after Ontario Improv, I go to Carlsbad with Mario, Raymond, and Chris Perez. The day after that, which is the 19th, Odessa, Texas. Same lineup. It's comedy and music. Mario Salazar, Raymond Horta, myself, and Chris Perez. That's going to be crazy. And then on the 20th, August 20th, right before my birthday, we are headed to Austin, Texas. We are back to back. Austin, Texas, Cap City. Y'all pull up, man. A night of laughs.
Technically celebrating your birthday in Covina.
Reserve seating is already sold out. There's only like
For
200
Covina?
Yeah, but no, for Austin.
Oh, for Austin, got it.
Reserve seating is sold out in Austin. Then we end the month 24th through the 27th at the Covina Laugh Factory.
So
Six
if you are in the
shows.
LA area, what other areas around there, babe?
It's just all LA area, SoCal. So I got to study
Come
that map.
out.
I think it's like near like Pasadena and things like that. But I'll double check. Pull up on your boy.
Come out and support.
Let's have some fun, man, for sure.
Bye.
Thank you guys. We got to end all